We've been gathering some photos and videos from the set of Joker 2, so a few spoilers ahead for people hypersensitive to any spoilers. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk all things major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and much, much more. I'm your host, Chris, and yes, as I mentioned, we've been getting some pretty good stuff from the set of Joker 2. Now, I'm sure you're pretty up to date, but if you aren't, we're also going to be talking in today's video a few members who have been added to the cast, and what a star-studded cast we actually have for the sequel to what I would call one of DC's most successful recent releases with Joker 1. So don't go anywhere, we're diving into set footage, cast updates, and much more in today's video. If you haven't already, consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our other major movie and television news happening daily here on the channel. You can also follow me on my other socials, Instagram at Chris M. Rosser and Twitter at TheCultureChris. Links to both of those can be found in the description down below. So, Joker 2, lots of mixed thoughts that I have personally, seeing that they've gone a bit of a different route artistically. It's going to have a musical flair to it. Our Harley Quinn has already been cast. It's going to be Lady Gaga, if you haven't heard that news already. But first, before I want to jump into this set footage we have and a few set photos, just because they really do spread the excitement of that really good taste that was left in our mouth by the first Joker. Check out this 40-second clip of Joker being chased by other Jokers. So it's an action-packed, high-intensity, fun clip, and we have images from this same day, it seems like, as we do see Joaquin Phoenix standing next to a Joker, seemingly the exact same Joker who was chasing him at the very end. Not the one that ended up getting hit by the cop car, but a different one wearing his traditional suit from the end of the first movie. Now, this is interesting. I don't know what the angle is exactly here. My best guess would be the possibility that at the end of the first Joker film, we saw many people wearing his mask, kind of living to his ideology as well. So he's potentially kind of a wanted interest, whether people want him off the streets and they're dressing up the Joker to get rid of him, or whether or not they're just trying to get to him for their own benefit and he doesn't want anything to do with it. That's all going to be revealed when the movie comes out. Right now, it's just our best guess, as this is a video taken from the rooftop where the movie is being shot. But we can also see these other Jokers in these images that were released, and absolutely, it looks fantastic. I'm very excited for all of this. The busy street, the rundown area. It's going to be, I hope, a really awesome movie. Now, the musical side of it maybe has me a little concerned, and that's not because I'm anti-musical by any means. I just don't know how it's going to come off after that first movie we got, which was a deep psychological thriller with a little bit of gore, a little bit of tragedy thrown in there, and now we're going to be transitioning over to potentially almost a love story between Harley Quinn and the Joker, which is a classic comic storyline, but it's going to have musical elements thrown in there. I just hope they don't leave too much of what they did in the first film. With that being said, now that we've talked about Lady Gaga, we've seen some of these shots coming from the set, I do want to address a little bit the cast that they have lined up for us, because it is an exciting list. It's almost pretty star-studded. And here's what we got. Without any surprise, and confirmed, is Joaquin Phoenix, who will be returning to play Arthur Fleck, or the Joker. Now, actually might come off as a bit of a surprise, but he did not want to return to do a sequel originally. He thought that it should have been a solo one-off movie, but eventually, you know, money can talk, and they did get him back to return for the sequel. Lady Gaga playing Harley Quinn. However, it is a duo, a comic book duo, that everybody is always excited to see on screen. Hopefully, they'll do it with justice, and we can get behind Lady Gaga. Zazie Beetz will be returning to play Sophie, who we also met in the first movie, will be returning. We have Jacob Lofand, who will be an Arkham Asylum inmate, and then we have several actors whose identity haven't been confirmed, but we do know they have joined the cast, like Brendan Gleeson, as well as Catherine Keener, and Harry Laute. Now, a lot of these characters who I've named here, you may or may not know the actors. Those of you who do, you should be pretty excited for what's coming up in this movie. I think a high caliber of acting and kind of continuing on that first movie storyline, that emotional depth that we got. I feel like most of us were rooting for Arthur by the end of the film, which is really crazy considering we all knew he was going to become the Joker and some of the stuff he did. So with that being said, a lot of these actors are connected to Arkham Asylum inmates, which tells me we might be spending a significant amount of time in Arkham, with the Lady Gaga storyline, the Harley Quinn, played by Lady Gaga storyline, also taking place. The Joker did end up in Arkham Asylum, so I would really enjoy seeing an extended stay for him there. In the comics and in different live action versions and movies, we see the Joker is in and out of Arkham a lot. He breaks himself out, he goes back in, he breaks himself out, he goes back in. I'm sure in some cases he was already released by the government because, Gotham's incompetent. But I would like to see an extended stay, his original stay that led to a meeting Harley Quinn, him breaking down her psyche, and eventually then becoming partners in crime, which, if we move on into a trilogy or the remainder of this second film, we'll have a lot of fun watching. So let me know what you guys think. Obviously, the jury is still out on whether or not this is going to be an absolute winner or a bust. There are some question marks around whether or not they've made the right artistic decision by moving into the musical or not. And I know there are a lot of people who aren't necessarily stoked that Harley Quinn will be played by Lady Gaga. Many people had their own fan casting and different ideas as to what they thought would have been most appropriate. But with all of that being said, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments section down below. Do you think that this is going to be a good sequel, or should we just watch the first one and not worry too much about the second? Also, let me know what you thought about that clip. Seeing the Joker, or a version of the Joker, get hit by a cop car while another one chases Joaquin Phoenix's Arthur down the street definitely has a lot of potential for a lot of fun as well. So that's got me pretty intrigued and interested also. As always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our other daily updates happening here on the channel. And I'll catch you guys all in the next one right here on Cosmic Culture.